Hello everyone, welcome to Module 6, Lookalike Audiences and Advanced Match Rates. In this module we will be covering today lookalike audiences, customer list templates, and ways to increase your match rates and the importance of a match rate. So the first thing we're going to do is we're going to start setting up the lookalike audiences. First thing we'll do is hit create. We'll go to conversions, continue, and we can go ahead and name our campaign, which will be Lookalikes. And then we'll go ahead and go to our ad set level where we'll start to look at creating potential lookalikes that we can use. One of those first things we can do is we'll go to create new custom audience. And what we want to do is if we're going to create a lookalike, especially post iOS 15, it's really important that we're really focusing on getting the right data so that way we can give the highest match rate possible to our audiences. And one way to do that is if you're going to create a lookalike based off purchases, it's highly recommended you do it based off your customer list. And below this video, we do have the file template attached, but essentially what you want to do is you're going to want to match at least one of these main identifiers to some additional identifiers to increase your probability of matching somebody. So let's say that you have 1,000 people on your list. There's a good chance that you might not match all 1,000 people. But to increase the chances of that happening, it's best that you have at least more than one here. And that could be an email, phone number, first name, and last name. Like those 4 identifiers are going to make a huge difference, and most people have those 4 identifiers. And if you don't, first name, last name, email will work. Just keep in mind that the more identifiers you have, the higher the chances are that you'll get a match rate. The other thing is that if you have the address information because you send them a product, like the city, the state, province, country, zip, date of birth, gender, or age, those things are also going to increase the chances of you matching a customer. And just to highlight this, some of the match rate tips are when you're using phone numbers on your list, always include the country code, even if all the numbers are from the same country. When using a country on your list, always include it in its own column, even if all your data is from the same country. This is because Facebook will match on a global scale, so this helps them match as many people as accurately as possible from your list. And the match rate qualifiers are attached in this document. And one of the main things to be aware of is the reason you want to properly label everything is because the system is reading the data and it needs to know what identifiers are. And even if everybody's from the same country, you're still going to want to make sure that you have like the US code in front of it if they are in fact from the US. And that's really important because that's going to improve your match rates and allow you to be successful. So once you've gathered your list and you've imported your list, you'll essentially hit next. You'll choose if it has a value or not. In this case, we'll say no. And you'll continue, add your customer list, you'll map your identifiers, and then you'll confirm it. Once done, you'll choose lookalike audience. You'll hit create new. And you're just essentially going to choose that list. So once you have the list in there, you'll choose a 1% because a 1% lookalike consists of people most similar to your lookalike audience source. You're only going to want to go up in percentages if your audience size is below 1 million because you might be doing a different country. If your audience size isn't below 1 million, you want to start at the 1% mark. And then you'll essentially just hit create audience. And now that we have that audience, we're going to want to exclude the purchase 180 day, of course. And now that audience is complete. And so that's one audience that we'd want to target potentially as a test. Now, keep in mind, lookalikes aren't nearly as effective as they once used to be for the e-commerce side unless your data is extremely accurate, you have the conversion API set up, you have great match rates, and you're uploading list data with accurate identifiers. If so, then lookalikes can still be an extremely effective option for you to generate great results. But if you have poor match rates, you don't have a conversion API, your pixels tracking is off, and your data isn't clean and it's not being stored in a manner that allows Facebook to understand what pieces of information you're sending them, it's recommended that you don't go into lookalikes for the sake of saving your budget for interests, which are going to probably perform much better for you in that case. So to continue along here, some additional lookalike audiences you can create, for instance, that are using data that is from Facebook that is going to allow you to have information. It could be a video lookalike. These are always great audiences since they are percentages of people who viewed your video. Let's say you launched a video that's 30 seconds long and you want people who have watched at least 15 seconds. You could choose 50%. You could select that video and essentially choose the time frame, audience name, and create that audience. Other audiences for lookalikes include doing website engagements from Instagram and Facebook. Those audiences are absolutely phenomenal. So if you choose Facebook page, and then you do engage with your Facebook page 365 and you created a lookalike on that, that is also a great audience to create because it allows you to test it to see if it actually converts. Now, those are just a few lookalike audience ideas you can create. All of these different types of audiences are all something that you need to test based off of your data. If you have, a lot of data where there's people who are viewing more than one page, you could do a lookalike based off page view frequency too. There is no right or wrong audience to select. It's all about testing and seeing what works best for your business. Everyone's business is going to be different in terms of results, but these are just a few tips and audience ideas you can start to try. Now, the important thing is here, these audiences are only as effective as the data you're putting in. So turning on automatic matching is going to be really important if you want to solidify great results. So to do that, the first step would be to set up automatic advanced matching for web. And to do that, you go to your Facebook Business Manager. You would go to Events, select your pixel, select the Settings tab, and you'll see as you scroll down, there will be a section that says Automatic Advanced Matching section, and you'll click that toggle on. And then I would hit Select Show Options, because this is where most people find out that even though they might have turned this on, they realize that there are a few options deselected. So definitely toggle on all the parameters you want to share from your website. We suggest selecting all for the best results. And just to show you what that looks like, if you go to your Events Manager, click Settings, and you scroll down, you should see Automatic Advanced Matching, and you'll want to make sure all of these are on. And just to highlight this can help you attribute more conversions to your Facebook ads and reach more people through remarketing campaigns. If you're currently struggling with delivery and retargeting, this can help fix it. If your lookalikes are struggling to get results, this can also help fix it. Now, when you activate this, you'll want to see how much your match rates are. And to do that, you can go to Overview if you have the Conversions API set up and see what your event match quality is. It's pretty standard to be in the 4 range and then the 8 range on purchases. Essentially, the way you increase your match rate quality is by sending more data. Email, phone number, and the address information is by far one of the quickest ways to increase your match rates. The rest of that information can be solved through the Conversion API. So now you know that, the benefits of advanced match rates are you can increase the number of attributed conversions. You can increase your custom audience size. Facebook is able to better match your website visitors to people on Facebook and increase the size of your custom audience. You can decrease the cost per conversion if you have a conversion optimized campaign because they become more efficient since Facebook can better identify and deliver ads to the types of people likely to take the actions you care about. So once again, lookalikes are only as good as the data you have. And so once you are sending the appropriate data, it's all a matter of testing which specific audiences are going to work best for you.